everybody, welcome back to my channel. So if you're an undergrad student or if you're a master student or if you're a research student and having difficulties like how to make a graph which is actually kind of like a professional one and could attract viewers to your poster presentation or during your seminars, this is the right video for you to glean into and understand the topic of how to make a graph in a very scientific and a very professional way. So in today's session, I'll be dealing about number one, how to plot a graph. Okay. Number two, how to change the axis name. Number three, how to add X and Y lines, axis lines in the graph table, and how to add basically the most important thing, okay, the error bars into your given data and other details that aids to professionalism in the presentation of your graph during your seminar or other project works. So let us begin with the session. So I have taken some dummy thing over here. Let me just erase it. So I'll show you how to do it. So if you want to have, I have taken three sample, soil sample, sample A, sample B, and sample C. I have taken three trials. I have made three trials. I have done three trials, T1, T2, T3, and these are the dummy readings what I have added for the presentation purpose. So if you want to calculate mean, how to calculate mean in the Excel sheet, the formula is equal to average. Okay, if you want to find it, click on average and select the data of your interest. So my data of my interest is T1, T2, T3 sample 13, 16, 12. So I'll be selecting this and I'll be clicking on enter. I'll be getting the mean value of the T1, T2, T3 trials of soil sample A. Same thing if you want to continue, I'll just erase this. It will be easy for you to understand. I'll just rub this off. Okay. Now what I'll be doing is I'll be just extending the thing, okay, from this particular B column to C and D column, and I'll be getting the mean value for B as well as C sample. Same thing, I'm going to find out the error. To find out the error, what you have to do is click on is equal to STDEV. If it is for the population, use it P. If it is for the standard, please select STDEV.S for the samples. Okay. After selecting it, select the data of your interest. For I'm going to select it for T1, T2, and T3. Click on enter. So you'll be having the basic error value for your sample A. So as it's generated, same thing, you can just drag it around for C and D column and you will be getting the error for B and error for C. And this is how the basic Excel thing looks like for your generated, what you can say, experiments or whatsoever. Now our interest is to generate the graph, isn't it? So select the mean of all the samples. Then you have to go for insert. In insert, you can select any kind of graphs you want. I'm selecting bar graph. So click on bar graph and the bar graphs will be generated. So this is a basic graph what you will get. Okay, the basic graph what you will get during the what you can say selection of your data interest, or when you put the input of your data, you'll be getting the basic graph like this. This is not a presentable one, okay, during your presentation time. So how it should be like a research paper acceptable graph, or how it should be like a professional one, so that the viewers will be like she has done some professional work. How to make a graph like that, I'll be telling you now. Okay, so first thing you want to change, I want to change is my sample name. My sample name was ABC, isn't it? I don't want it as to be like 1, 2, and 3. So what I'll be doing here is I'll just go for select data. Okay. So in below this particular one, can you see? Okay. Now here you can find there is something called as select data. Okay. I'll be selecting the data option over here. I want to change this 1, 2, 3 into ABC. Okay. My sample name. So after selecting this, I'll go for edit. After selecting the edit, I'll go for selecting A, B, and C. Then I'll click on OK. I'll be rechecking it again. Then again, I'll click on OK. Okay. So when I click on this, from 1, 2, and 3, I got A, B, and C. Now this first step is done. Okay. After changing this, there's something, right? You have a chart title. I want axis title. I want to add percentage. I want to add x-axis and y-axis title. So what I have to do is I will go for chart elements. So click on chart. Click on this plus icon present over here in the right side. Click on chart elements. In that the second option, that is axis title. So click on axis title. You will be getting axis title for y-axis and axis title for your x-axis also. Okay, I'll be just changing the axis title for y-axis as percentage. Okay, and for x-axis, I'll be just changing the location of it. Okay, so x-axis as soil samples. Okay, I have changed this particular thing as soil sample, and here I have changed the thing as the percentage. Okay, so after this, I'll be changing this chart title as organic matter. Okay, so my chart title is done. My y-axis is done, my x-axis ka axis title has been already done. Now this is a second step, right? Now we'll go for the third step. Usually when you draw a graph, you will be taking a graph sheet. The graph sheet will have this small grids in it, right? How to add the grids or the grid lines in this particular graph in Excel, how to add it. Okay, you just click on the chart, go for again chart elements. Okay, in that just go for grid lines. Now if you don't select the grid line, it will be blank. Okay, if you want to keep it blank, just keep it blank. If you're interested in grid line, you just click on grid line. You'll be getting a horizontal one. You don't get a vertical one, right? So here in the grid line, just click on this option over here. If you want a major vertical line, click on major vertical line. You can see the major vertical line has been added. If you want minor horizontal line, click on minor one. A minor vertical line, click on minor vertical line also. So what's going to happen over here? Can you see you have minor vertical line also, major vertical line also. For your convenience, I'll just zoom it out. You can see minor vertical line, major vertical line, major horizontal line, minor horizontal line has been selected. Okay, now after selecting the major and minor horizontal line and all, now this particular thing looks like your graph sheet. You can make, actually it mimics your graph sheet now, isn't it? So now the next step over here is after adding the grid lines and all, I want this section. You will be writing, you whenever you will be having a graph sheet. Out of this, you will be drawing in the using with the help of the scale. You will be drawing x-axis and y-axis, isn't it? How to add x-axis as well as y-axis in this particular graph? How to add it? We'll just check it out. Okay, so just click on this y-axis box over here where we have 12, 13, 13.5 and all. When you click on here, you will be getting something called as format axis option. Okay, so I'll just go for format axis option. In that, the first option is fill and line option in the format axis. I'll go for fill and line option. In that you have fill option. If you want to fill that, you can just fill. Like I'll be just writing, if I want blue color, it will, I'm just selecting the thing over here, it will select it as blue color. It highlights it as a blue color. I don't want it to be in any color, so I'll be just writing it as white color. Okay, I'll be just taking it as a white color. I don't want this fill option over here. So I'll just go for the line option. I want y-axis and x-axis. I've selected y-axis for that reason, right? So in the line option, I'll go for color black. Okay, now this, can you see over here the line black color has been appeared over here? It's like you're using scale and you plotted the y-axis over here. It's same thing has made over here. Okay, so now I got y-axis. Okay, same way, if you don't want it to be like a straight line, you can, if I just click on dotted, it will be giving you in a dotted line. But usually we'll be using the straight line over here, not the dot plot. Okay, so after adding this, just go for after fill and line option. Sorry, fill and line option. Go for the fourth option that is called as axis option. Okay, so these are the minor datas, right? These are the minor plots over here. I want to add that. So go for tick marks. In that, go for major type inside, minor type inside. When you click on inside option, can you see now this is 16, 16.1, 16.2, 16.3, 16.4, 16.5. It is telling you the location of your plot or the location of your data. So if my graph stands over here, I'll just go for here. I'll just tell that my A option is 13.5, 13.6, 13.7. I'll get the answer like that. Okay. So for the basic thing, I have added inside and outside by ticking going for the fourth option. Okay. That is nothing but series option. In the series option, I have clicked on this. Okay, not on the series option. I have to go for this option. I'll again show you. I'll click on this particular y-axis plot. I'll click on y-axis plot. I'll get format axis. I have to go for the fourth option. That is nothing but the fourth option. That is nothing but axis option. In that axis option, I'll go for tick marks. Remember that I'll go for tick marks. In tick marks, I'll click on minor as well as major types. At that time, I'll get the result over here. Same thing I'll be doing for x-axis also. I'll click on x-axis. Sorry, I'll just remove this. I'll just click on x-axis. When I click on x-axis, okay, again in the border option, I will just change it from the gray line to black color. Sorry, this gives the border option over here. I'm extremely sorry. I have to select x-axis. After selecting x-axis, I'll directly click on this particular one, black color. Okay, I got a black color car line. Okay, that is of x-axis. Then I'll go for axis option. After selecting axis option, I'll go for tick marks. Again, I'll be changing it inside, minor type, inside. I have got the x-axis ka region also. Now this is 1, this is 1.5, this is 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5 and so on. Okay, fine. Now this will be actually kind of like a proper kind of like we are moving from the basic one to the professional one, right? There is something which is missing over here. What is missing? I want the labels, data labels. So what I'll be doing is I have added access, I have added access titles, I have even added the chart title, I have even added the grid lines, I have even added the what you can say, x-axis and y-axis and inner line tick marks, everything I've added. Next thing to be added in this particular one is data labels or data tables. Okay, my best opinion, like my opinion is, if you're having multiple samples, use data table. If you're having one sample and you're showing it like, sorry, if you're having one data and you're going to show you multiple samples and you're presenting it in the posters, better you add data labels rather than data tables. Okay, if you have a more data, go for data labels. If you have little bit data, you can go for data labels. Okay, so when I select the data labels over here, okay, either you can say outside end or inside end, or again you have option inside and outside and inside base, okay, or data callet, like that you have an option. um I will be just selecting it as a data label itself. I'm not interested in other things. I'll just click on data labels over here. I'll tell you why I have just selected it. I'm going to present it above this particular thing over here. Okay. So what I have to do now is I want to add. Now I have added all the basic things what a graph will look like. But as a BSc grad, or you're in the undergraduate or in the postgraduate, you have taken T1, T2, T3 as a major sample, right? You have found it even the errors. Now the basic thing that you will be adding the thing to your graph, which makes you a professional one, is adding the error. Okay. So how to add the error? So you have to do one thing. Go for this chart elements, select error bars. If you select error bars, basically my students usually they use it. Even I made a mistake when I was student. At error bar, some error bar will come into picture. That's it. It is not so. We have here 2 point, we have 0 point, you have 2.64 or whatsoever. Now these things will look same now. It will give error bar for 13, 14 and 16. It doesn't give error bar for your T1, T2, T3 trials for individual samples. So how to add the error bars for A, B, C separately, I'm going to tell you now. Okay. So click on error bar option over here. Go for the more options. When you click on more option, okay, there is something called as custom. Click on custom and specify values. In specify values, okay, what I'll be doing here is I'll be selecting this three option over here. There is nothing but A, B, C ka error plus error. Okay. Then for negative error, again, I'll be selecting this. Okay. Then I'll be clicking OK. So now you can majorly see. Now this will show the result. From here, if I count, this will give you the answer for plus 2.08. From here to here, minus 2.08. Okay, error value. So these are your values. The ranges might vary from here to here. It is showing. Okay, here is my plus minus. Okay, plus 0.7. Oh, sorry, 0.57 minus 0.57 plus 2.64 minus 2.64 values. I got it. Now this is how you're gonna add the error. Okay, error bar in your graph. Okay. Now after that, if you want to change. Okay, now this looks more professional compared to a basic data or a basic graph. Okay, now another thing, if you want to change, now this all three will look like a same thing, right? Blue, blue, blue. I want to change the color now. So what I can do is I will click on this specific one. If you just click like a basic thing, all the three A, B, C values will be selected. Okay, double click on this. B got selected. Okay, otherwise if I click on C, C got selected. I want to change the B color, go for format. I have clicked on B, go for format, and I am just changing the color whatever it's coming. Okay, so I'll just go for C. Again, I'll go for shape fill. I just want to change the color into yellow or whatever. I'll just change the color into yellow. So I'll be getting the proper graph now, isn't it? So if you want to change the entire data thing, you can just go for any deep color things and all. You can just go for that, but I'm not interested. I'll just keep it as white itself. If you're adding this, just imagine if you're adding some deep colors and all, you can just change the outline colors also. Okay, now there is a mistake. Now we can just tell no 13.6 is coming in between the error graphs and all. Just move ahead. Okay, move it above. And what you can do is you can just go for home and just reduce the size of it. Okay, you can reduce the size. You can go for just move it above and just reduce the size. Okay, then just move it above, then just reduce the size. It is showing you the results. Okay, next, if you want to add a trend line, for that you can just add a trend line just to show, make it proper, like how my A, B, C value is differing from each other. Okay, in which line? If you're using like monthly analysis like January, February, March, April, you can use trend line. Or if you want to just say that these soil samples are there and where it goes, is it decreasing or if it is increasing and whatsoever, for better visual analysis, you can add a trend line. So After adding everything, now I'm interested to add the last part, that is to add the color to your graph. Okay, so if you are not interested to add the color to your graph, you can just, this will be your finalized one. Or if you're interested during the poster presentation and all, if you're interested to add the colors, okay, popping colors to attract audience, okay, at that time you can just choose. Before that, we have to just add, I just thought of adding color to your vertical grid lines. So what I'll be doing is I'll be selecting the vertical grid lines. In that line, I'll go for kind of like a dark, deep gray color or whatsoever to differentiate the things properly. Then I'll be selecting the entire chart. I'll go for format. It's a known thing for everybody. I'll just go for format. In format, I'll just shape fill the things over here. So now before that you'll be getting multiple questions, why it is white, why it is, why the black color was there, so why you choose blue color and all those things. Before that, I'll just select the entire data and I'll just go for white color. Okay, so you can see the things over here. Now what the major mistake I have done is selecting y axis ka highlighting option. So what in that fill, I'll click on transparency full. Oh, the last time I selected white color, isn't it? I'll click on transparency. So there is no white color over here. So I can see the things properly. Now here you can see multiple white colors, isn't it? So what I will do is I don't want here as a white color. So I'll be selecting this box, okay, where you have the graph. And I'll be filling it with some light colors. Maybe this one or maybe deep gray color or whatsoever. So what I'll be doing is I'll be selecting the entire graph area, that is graph data. Okay, it's not selecting. Now it is now got selected. So I'll be just changing the color into somewhat light gray color or whatever. Okay, now after selecting this, you will have multiple dots, like it's white color and all those things, isn't it? So I'll be just changing this white color into some dark gray color maybe. Now it looks more proper. Again, the minor verticals into dark gray color. I will select minor gray color, minor vertical one, dark gray color, minor horizontal one. I'll select over here. I hope you remember we had selected minor horizontal, minor vertical, and major vertical. Okay, I will be changing that color into some dark gray color or whatever. So now my data is properly ready. If it is too dark in color, there is nothing but minor vertical was too dark, so I'll be just selecting some light gray color or whatever. And this matches the session, I believe. So again, I'll be selecting this. I'll be selecting some furthermore less one. Fine. So now this is how we can just change your color of your graph and make it look more kind of like a attractive one for the audience. Thank you. I hope this particular session have helped you to how to make a graph in a professional way, like how to add the grid lines, okay, how to add x-axis, y-axis ka line, along with that how to add the error bars and how to change the colors, how to change the axis title, how to change the axis labels and all in the graph. Okay, fine. Thank you.